Hello everyone and welcome to the lecture on Kubernetes Services. So this lecture will contain all these topics. What is a service? Cluster IP service, node port service, load balancer service, external name service, service discovery in Kubernetes, service publishing and exposure, service load balancing, service monitoring and health checks, service updates and rolling deployments, network policies and security, best practices for Kubernetes services, service autoscaling and performance, service mesh integration. First topic, what is a service? A service in Kubernetes is an abstraction that defines a logical set of pods and a policy to access them. Services provide a stable IP address and DNS name, load balancing, and allow for the discovery of pods in a distributed system. There are four main types of services: cluster IP, node port, load balancer, and external name. Second topic, cluster IP service. Cluster IP is the default service type in Kubernetes and is used for internal communication within the cluster. Cluster IP services enable communication between pods within the same cluster without exposing them to the external network. A virtual IP address is assigned to the service, which distributes traffic to the pods based on the configured policy. Third topic, node port service. Node port services are used to expose a service externally by assigning a static port on each node of the cluster. The static port is accessible from outside the cluster, and this allows external clients to connect to the service. Node port works in conjunction with a cluster IP, which distributes traffic internally to the appropriate pods. Fourth topic is load balancer service. Load balancer service type is designed for integration with cloud providers' load balancers, such as AWS Elastic Load Balancer or Google Cloud Load Balancing. With load balancer services, the cloud provider automatically provisions and configures the external load balancer. Load balancer services provide scalability and high availability by distributing incoming traffic across multiple cluster nodes and pods. Fifth topic is external name service. External name services are used to reference external services outside the Kubernetes cluster by their domain name. This service type relies on DNS-based redirection, and this allows clients to connect to the external service using the same domain name as the Kubernetes service. Unlike other service types, external name does not involve IP-based communication, and there is no virtual IP or proxying involved. Sixth topic is service discovery in Kubernetes. Kubernetes uses labels and selectors to associate services with the pods they represent, ensuring proper routing of requests. Kubernetes supports DNS-based service discovery, where pods can access a service using its DNS name, which resolves to the service stable IP address. Additionally, Kubernetes can inject environment variables into pods containing the IP address and port number of a service, and thus it allows for programmatic access to the service. Seventh topic is service publishing and exposure. Ingress resources in Kubernetes define rules for routing external HTTP or HTTPS traffic to services within a cluster. Ingress controllers such as Nginx or Traffic implement the ingress rules and manage the traffic routing to the appropriate services. Ingress allows for exposing multiple services under a single IP address or domain name, providing a unified entry point for external clients. Eighth topic is service load balancing. By default, Kubernetes services use round-robin load balancing, distributing incoming requests evenly among available pods. Session affinity can be configured for services to ensure that requests from a specific client are directed to the same pod during the session, providing consistency in stateful applications. Custom load balancing strategies can be implemented using third-party solutions or custom code, and this allows for more advanced traffic distribution and management. Ninth topic is service monitoring and health checks. Readiness probes are used by Kubernetes services to determine if a pod is ready to receive traffic, ensuring that only healthy pods are included in the load balancing pool. Liveness probes continuously monitor the health of a pod during its life cycle, detecting if the application becomes unresponsive or encounters issues. By leveraging readiness liveness probes, Kubernetes provides self-healing capabilities, automatically removing unhealthy pods and replacing them with new ones to maintain the desired application state. 10th topic is service updates and rolling deployments. Rolling updates in Kubernetes allow for updating a service pod without causing downtime by gradually replacing old pods with the new ones. By ensuring that there is always a minimum number of healthy pods available during the update process, zero downtime deployments can be achieved. Kubernetes supports rollback functionality, and this allows you to revert a service to a previous state in case of issues during the update process. 11th topic is network policies and security. The network policy resource in Kubernetes allow for defining rules to control ingress and egress traffic between pods and services in a cluster. By creating and applying network policies, you can selectively allow or deny traffic between pods, services, or external sources, providing fine-grained control over communication. Implementing network policies enhances the security of your cluster by preventing unauthorized access and isolating sensitive workloads. 12th topic is best practices for Kubernetes services. So when creating services, use descriptive and meaningful names that reflect the service purpose, making it easier to understand and manage. Choose the appropriate service type based on your specific use case, whether it is for internal communication, external access, or integration with external services. Implement monitoring and health checks using readiness and liveness probes to ensure the optimal performance and self-healing capabilities of your services. Apply network policies to control traffic between pods and services, enhancing security and isolating workloads when necessary. Service autoscaling and performance. The horizontal pod autoscaler (HPA) in Kubernetes allow for automatic scaling of a service pod based on observed metrics such as CPU utilization or request rate. Metrics-based scaling ensures that your services can handle increased load by automatically adjusting the number of pods based on predefined thresholds. HPA supports custom metrics, and this allows you to define scaling rules based on application-specific or external metrics, providing more granular control over the auto-scaling process. 14th topic is service mesh integration. A service mesh is a dedicated infrastructure layer designed to facilitate service-to-service communication in a transparent and reliable way, often implemented as a collection of sidecar proxies. Integrating a service mesh with Kubernetes services can provide benefits such as enhanced observability, advanced traffic management, and security features like mutual TLS authentication. Popular service mesh solutions such as Istio and Linkerd are designed to integrate seamlessly with Kubernetes and can provide additional capabilities to your services. And that's all. Thanks for watching.